Hey everybody, I hope this video will help you out with the first Excel assignment. I thought we would kind of do some of that together. And this is a real world scenario, so I typed up this assignment based on the job that I have, the full-time job I have now at Altec. Evaluations have been submitted. As a manager, that is, every year annually you'll do performance evaluations with your people. So you've submitted them. They have to go through the HR department. HR has given their blessing. So now it's time for you to determine how much of a pay increase that each of your employees are going to get. So this is a pretty standard scale. It's not exactly what we use at Altec, but we use a 5-point scale. But anyway, number 1 would be poor, all the way up to 4, which is outstanding. And what you grade your employees on, depending on where you are, what industry you're in, some of that will vary, but generally you're going to have punctuality, you're going to have teamwork, and you're going to have efficiency and work ethic, different things like that. That will be above your pay grade. Even as a manager, they're going to tell you, look, this is how you're going to evaluate your people, and this is the scale you're going to use, and this is what we want to know about them. So when you look at the screenshot there that I've put in, we have Jay, Mike, Corey, Susan, Ashley, and Jordan. Jay, his punctuality's low, efficiency's low, his teamwork's bad. So, doing these gives you a chance to kind of reflect. I know when I do these, I pull every employee in one at a time, and some of them are one, maybe a 5-minute conversation. Some of them are 15. I don't want to get too far into that, or I'll start telling you more than I need to about employees at Altec, but suffice it to say, you're always going to have some that are just, rock stars, and some that you just always have to say, look, you've got to get better at this, or we're going to have to do something about it. So anyway, your overall grade there, Jay's at a 2, Mike's 3 1/4, Corey 2, Susan is excellent, she's 4, Ashley's right there with her, 3.75, Jordan is 2.75. So we're cool up to here. And I try to be as specific with the instructions as I could be. So open up Excel, enter the data that's in the orange up at the top, then enter the employees' names, and then these scores you're going to come up with, these scores will be provided to you, but this chart will work if you want to go back and change any of those scores. And I'll show you that in just a minute. So enter everything in the orange, enter the employees' names, the work ethic, punctuality, efficiency, and teamwork. Now, the performance grade should be calculated. This should be the average of these 4 different scores right here. Hourly pay rate, that's a given. You'll enter that data. Cost of living, everybody's getting 4%. Performance incentive, only if their score is above a 3.0. We're going to give them an extra 2% pay increase. So let me read through the instructions here. Open Excel, enter the data, then enter the employees' names. We've talked about that. Next, enter the hourly pay rate, cost of living increase, and performance incentive data. Finally, have Excel compute the new hourly wage. Once you're confident that the formulas are correct, save your work, label the sheet. I'm not going to read all that. You can read it. I will fix that while I'm in here. Now you're going to open another sheet at the bottom, and you're going to save that under a different name. Let me bring Excel over here. I think that will help me explain it. All of this data here has been entered. Now the performance grade. See, I've used average B2 to E2. So Excel has done that work for you. Let's say, oh man, Jay, I had him confused. I just messed up when I was doing this spreadsheet. Jay's actually a 4. Well, we can see that jumped his performance grade up a lot, and he's actually a 4 here too. Now he's up above a 3.2 or above a 3. So Excel does that work for you, and that's the whole point of doing this exercise. The cost of living is 4%. It's very cool to know, and if you've done the GFC online stuff, you'll know that you can drag this down. That will equal the same. or these formulas where we have this average right here. If we want to add 15 more people down here, all we've got to do is drag our formula, which is what I did, drag it all the way down. Now these are not going to be valid because we don't have any numbers entered, but if we did, and you can see the formulas work. So shortcuts, anything to make your life quicker and easier, man, that's what I want you to get. So cost of living increase for everybody was 4%. Here's their hourly pay rate. Performance increase, Jay did not get one, he was below a 3. Mike did get one, 2%. Nothing for Corey. Susan got 2, Ashley got 2, Jordan got none. Now how do we do that in Excel? Well, this formula is going to be equal to G2, which is the hourly pay rate, times H2, which is the pay increase. I'm going to mess up if I don't quit clicking in my formulas. Basically what we've done, get out of there. Okay, basically what we've done is G2, which is their hourly rate, times their pay increase, which is 4%. That's going to give us their amount of increase. Okay, so does that make sense? Let's say this is going to be equal to $17 an hour times our 4% pay increase. Alright, that means they're going to get 68 cents an hour as a raise, but we don't want to have to make 15 more charts. Well, okay, 1 or 2 more charts over here. We want it to do all of that calculation at one time. So we say, okay, we're going to do G2, $17 an hour, times 4%, which is that number, 68%, and then we're going to add that back to G2 for a total of $17.68. There's a couple of different ways you could do it. If you're a math guru, you're probably poking fun because you could do it all in one formula, but I tried to lay it out just, what do they say? Keep it simple, stupid simple, simple stupid. So $17.28 for Jay. Now what about Mike? Mike also got a 2% incentive increase. So how do we do that? Well, we're going to do exactly the same thing. We're going to say G3 times H3 plus G3 is $19, plus we're going to add G3 $19 times another 2%. So if we just do that down here, we can say, if we're just looking at Mike right here, Mike's going to be $19 an hour and a 4% increase, and he's also going to get $19 an hour plus his 2% pay increase. So for a total, he's going to get his $19 an hour plus his 4% plus his 2%, $20.14, which is that number there. All I've done is done it all in one line to keep from having to scatter it out here. I hope that makes sense, and I hope that was helpful. One more thing real quick, don't forget to name these. All you have to do is go down here and rename. The other thing I asked you to do in the assignment was to add a page. Don't forget to rename them. And so we're going to take all this, copy it. All you have to do is go here. Don't paste values. You want to paste formulas, or you can paste the whole thing. Hey, why is that not orange there? Now let's make sure our formulas are still working. And I'll warn you, sometimes Excel's a little bit quirky about stuff like this. Let's increase his to, let's say he got a 10. So that one works. And let's change the, let's change that to 5%. That one seems to be working too. So that was the other thing I asked you to do. Pull this over, change some of the data. And if you want to just play around a little bit, feel free to. Well, we'll have to copy that again, but the whole point of this is for you to kind of familiarize yourself with Excel a little bit. I know when I first started using it, it's a powerful program, and I probably don't know 10% of what it's capable of doing. I don't like how that's lingered over there. There we go. One more quick thing. See how these are not showing up? You can double click here, or you can click here, and see how everything's highlighted. You can double click any of those and it will spread everything out for you like that. Keep it neat. I don't like how none of this doesn't have borders, so Control A, that'll select the whole page. You can go up here. I want all the borders, man. There we go. It's just, I'm a visual person. I like to be able to see things quickly and easily. But now we've got a third sheet, so you can go through here and mess with these numbers any way you want to and just play around. Now his performance grade's a 5, which means he should increase. I thought about having you use some what ifs, and if this is greater than 3, then do this, but I really didn't want to make it more complicated than we needed to or had to. So if you went through that GFC stuff, it does talk about some, this formula will equal a 2% increase as long as this number is greater than 3. There's other things you can do. Sky's the limit in Excel, but for us right now, let's just keep it simple. Remember, name your sheets. Remember to name the file the correct file name when you upload it. You will lose points if you don't do those things, and that's part of the goal of the class here. You got to be able to follow instructions right down to the last little detail, and if you don't, well, your grade's going to reflect it. Anyway, I think that'll do it for this. Looks like I got a little more proofreading to do here, but I wanted to go and make this video. I just have made this assignment, so I wanted to do it while it was on my mind. Let me know if you got any questions. Thanks.